What is up, everybody? This is my Flash Season 7, Episode 11 review. Family Matters Part 2 is the title of the episode, and I'll be honest, I don't know if the Flash can get worse than this. I'm very worried and concerned, but if you're wondering why I am whispering, it's because it is 12:32 a.m. currently, and, I'm sorry if I, take a long time breathing. I'm currently out of breath right now. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm rambling, so let's get into that review and roll that intro. And this episode starts off with Barry mourning Team Flash very quickly. Sorry, I gotta grab something to fidget with, or else I won't stay on topic. Barry mourns Team Flash's death when it was revealed that Bashir, I think I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not, my name's Jack, so yeah, I'm not great at pronouncing names. Bashir, saved everybody by his new power with, like, projection, and making illusions and saying that they're not there, and, yeah, that's basically it. So they never really died, which I thought they should just revive them like they did Alexa, yeah. But then we have Team Flash talking, and Barry comes up with the idea he says a couple months where the Speed Force was dead, or I'd say in between, like, episode 15 and, like, season 7, episode 3. And so he's thinking about traveling back in time and putting the forces in the Speed Force back then, so the Speed Force cannot get them. So then we're at Joe's house, and Cecile, she finally talks about her child, which they only talk about like once a season, per season. And Joe's watching the news, and the storm outside, which there doesn't look like there's a storm outside, it just looks like it's a happy sunny day, has broken the meta block of Iron Heights. And so Joe is like, I could have prevented this if I didn't lay down my badge. And this is like the night after, so like the day after, which I'm gonna be honest, on my timeline, if you follow my Instagram, you know I'm very much of a timeline guy. I have this placed on the same day as the Supergirl Season 6 premiere, fun fact. But, Cecile gets hit by a bolt of lightning that is pink. Remember that. So, presumably Barry traveled back in time to go to the Speed Force when the Speed Force was dead. And it's in Joe's house, and it's very old and decrepit. And wasn't the Speed Force house supposed to be, like, Barry's childhood home? But anyway, Barry leaves Iris, but the Force is there. And, yeah, I just want to say again, like many of you, I hate the parent thing too, like the, oh, mom and dad, blah, blah, blah. But Barry gets pulled away into his apartment because, Nora wants to talk to him, and, she, is mad, obviously. She's very mad. Sorry, I had to yawn. Oh, now you're yawning. That's cool. She's mad about, her death, and she describes what death is like to Barry, and obviously Barry knows what death is like, man. It's like supernatural. Barry's died like 16 times in a total of 7 seasons. That's an exaggeration. But, Cisco's talking about the weather and how it's getting worse, and, him and Chester basically talk to Barry, and Barry's like, I know where everybody else is besides Dion. I need a way to find Dion, so I can bring them all into Speed Force or whatever. And Chester is working on an idea for some or he's working on a bracelet that whenever Barry will put it on and he gets near to someone with the Force, or Force God as they call him in this episode, it will start beeping. Helpful, Chester. Good replacement to Cisco. I don't think you'll be as great, but we'll see. Then we have this thing at Ivo Laboratories. Sorry, you remember Ivo from Arrow Season 2? Yeah. But Chillblaine is stealing from there, and after he got broken out of Iron Heights, and Frost comes after him, who also now got broken out of Iron Heights, and Chillblaine is like, "What are you doing now? You're a criminal who broke out like me." And Frost is like, "No, I broke out to take people back in there." And it's just like, eh. But they banter right now and they talk, and it does not help. And it's just very, very stupid, man. I wish I could go back and like change so much of this season, man. Just like after episode 2 stopped it, because like this dude doesn't even have a shirt on under that jacket, man. I know like it's for the plot to force Frost's love interest. Does Frost need a love interest? I don't care, not really. But great if it works later in the season. I've really never had a problem with Chillblaine until now. Yeah, but that jacket looks dope. I think we need the full get up though, with a shirt on mostly. But then we have Joe, and Joe is talking to Caitlin while Cecile is in, like, where they put the guys in whenever Barry's like knocked out or something, over to the right of the cortex. Yeah. Yeah. So then in the Speed Force, Iris is standing there, and she tells Alexa about Barry and how he's very clumsy and everything. It was a nice moment. But then Bashir has another power that we never learned about, or I presume this is how he was talking to people, through his head, through their mind. So Bashir talks to Alexa through their mind, and makes a plan on what to do. And no, this comes in handy later, but yeah, Iris is kind of tuned out when Bashir is talking, which I thought was a nice touch. But Barry finds Bashir, not Bashir, Dion, and Dion and Barry talk, and I think I like Dion the most out of all the new forces. I don't really have a problem with anyone besides Nora, because I think, I'll just say it here, I think that Nora being the Speed Force, being one of the main villains of the season, has completely ruined the character of Nora Allen for me. I probably will be able to separate the faces or the identities, but it's just completely ruined that character for me because of how bad these episodes were. But anyway, they talk. Dion feels betrayed, and Dion leaves to go kill the Speed Force himself. But then we have another talk between Well, excuse me. You know when you choke on air, that's what just happened. Team Flash talks, and Joe gets very annoyed at them, and Joe's just like, Barry, come on, you're Joe. Oh no, I don't know. Think I was the biggest fan of Joe this episode, but again, I want to see where this leads for the rest of the season. But after Joe storms out, he goes to the place that was introduced in season 5. And when he's there drinking coffee, Allegra comes up to him and really comforts him. Allegra's like, I know you're not the police captain anymore, but that's not all you are. You are an amazing father. You're a person who sat on a bomb to save Cecile. You're the person who stuck up for me in Iron Heights when I was in there. and and Allegra gives Joe a pep talk, and I never thought anybody would have to give Joe a pep talk. But back in the Speed Force, that's cool. I have a full moon tonight. I can see out my window. Sorry for the whatever. I can't find the right word to describe. Oh my god. Let's get back to the view. Iris is holding the device that Cisco gave her earlier, which I didn't even know Cisco gave her. But Alexa is like, hey, why don't you give it to us? Because what if you like drop it when Nora comes in? Iris is like, no, but Allegra is like, that's not a suggestion. Give it to us. And and Fueza comes out. I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting words out today. Uh, but when Fueza holds Iris, Iris drops the ball and is like, "Oh, sorry. Guess we're trapped." But then Bashir and Alexa are revealed to just be projections by Bashir, and so was the orb. So Bashir, Alexa, and Bashir have the orb in their possession, and they leave the Speed Force. But then we have Cisco and Chester talking and to Barry again, and it's just like Barry keeps checking in with them. It's like, hey, any new updates? No? Okay, thank you. I don't know why I did that voice, but Jim Carrey I was trying to do. It's very bad. If you see me, I was like smiling. Oh my god, I'm going off on another tangent. Anyway, Nora tells Barry that this is not her fault. She gives example from earlier in the season, from like the beginning of season, from the episode 4, where the earthquake happened, which we just later thought it was Freza, but no, it's just the strength force, and then the lightning bolt, the pink lightning bolt, and it was Bashir, his powers, and she makes Barry realize that she is not the real villain. Her brothers and sisters, I hate using that word, I hate using that analogy or what they say in the show because it's just so stupid. Barry's son and daughter are Bart Allen and Nora West Allen. That's the only acceptable answer. But then Nora's just screaming at him, man, like, I'm not the bad guy. And Dion comes in, and it was very hard to get the screenshot. That's how fast he came in. Not fast, but how he just like came in and how fast he attacked Nora right away. But obviously, Nora overpowers him really quickly, like in like 2 seconds, and she knocks Dion out. But yeah, Barry brings Dion to Caitlin and kills Caitlin to work on her, and sorry, Flash brought Dion to Star Labs and tells Caitlin to like fix him or something. So then he talks to. I'm sorry if this is a weird angle I dropped, but I was fidgeting with. I'll just pause it. But anyway, we see outside of Star Labs where the storm is getting not great. It's getting bad, and they gotta do something about it. But Caitlin finally does something with Dion, or like puts him up to an IV or something, or like scans him. I don't know. But then Barry talks to Caitlin, and I'm just realizing we need more storyline for Caitlin and Barry. We need more Caitlin Barry scenes. I miss those. But then Iris is talking and Team Flash is talking, and they realize that yeah, the weird truck was part of the or the weird car, the displaced car was part of Dion, and yeah, they are the ones responsible for this, not Nora. And Cisco shows them a map of what's going on, and I don't know. We're halfway into the video. If you look at the timestamp, how you enjoying this? You're probably not, but then we got back to the Chillblaine and Frost fight, and I watched Pageys' review a couple hours ago. It's a much better review than this will be. It's much shorter too. I'll leave it down below. But he said that the Chillblaine and Frost stuff feels like from a completely different episode, which it probably isn't, but it feels like it is. That's just all I'm gonna say. I don't have a problem with their fight. I think that their chemistry, the actors are pretty good. But man, you gotta stop that shirt, especially when you're working with something cold. Like if that is so cold, and you're not wearing a shirt, man. You're like gonna get hyperthermia. I probably didn't say that right either times, but anyway, Barry and Iris are talking to Joe, and Joe's like, "What? When you're a parent, it's like to protect your kids, even if you can't." You know that I don't remember what Joe says, but he gives an awesome pep talk because it's Joe and it's Jesse L. Martin, who is fantastic in the show, and I trust him. I trust him. But then Dion wakes up and they talk with Dion, Team Flash, and Dion's like, "Hey," or Barry's like, "Hey, I want to apologize for everything," and Dion and Barry are now cool. And I'm sorry for that stuff. I'm fidgeting with like a rubber band or whatever. So then Bashir and Alexa portal in, and they kind of apologize for what's going on. They realize that it's all of their faults, and they want to they want to help stop it in some way. That was weird. Sorry, my light just flickered. You don't need all that information. Sorry. Yeah. So they apologize to the team, and they apologize to Dion, or Dion apologizes to Psych and Alexa for almost killing them. Oh hey, if I turn this up to full volume, Alexa, order six DVDs of The Flash season 2. Great. Thank you. I don't know, I'm bored. They go to confront Nora, and Nora takes them into the Speed Force, where they have a cool fight. And this probably was the best part of the episode, because look at that CGI, man. I was surprised for the CW. Look at that CGI. It looks amazing for the CW. But then Superman Lois aired after this, and it's not a competition, really. The forces gear up to fight, and Nora's like, "Oh, you're in my domain now." Blah 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 blah. And Nora, like, there's big team shot, all CGI. This battle was probably, I don't know, not all probably, but there's a lot of it, which I'm not complaining about. But then Fueza attacks Nora. We got Fueza versus Nora. We got everyone versus Nora. And I'm going to call her Nora, by the way. I don't know if you can tell that I've been doing that for the past 19 minutes. But then we got Psych versus Nora, and Barry comes in with the lightning bolt. And if you've seen the behind the scenes stuff of him like running, there's like a big slope. It's fun. If I can find it, it'll be in the description. But then Psych comes up from behind where he was like invisible and knocks or like hits Nora, and Nora gets overwhelmed, so they take her. She takes them out of the Speed Force, and yeah. So Bashir's like, "No, that was too easy. We're not done. Something else is happening," and Bashir, maybe you should just shut up, because you are predicting the future, man. It's kind of like you're on a CW show. Cisco's like, oh, hey guys, um, there's kind of like a tornado thing with all the force numbers, and Cisco describes it as a rubber band that if it snaps back, it will be a Big Bang 2.0, but in reverse. Not in reverse, in reverse. And Cisco says, like, you got 3 minutes to do it, or else our city is completely fracked. Where did I heard that from? That's a Charlie thing, yeah. Supernatural. Barry's like, okay, follow me. And then, here's the problem I had. He proceeds to run at super speed. Like, they aren't your little children, man. They're not gonna, like, possess your powers as Nora and Bart will in episode 17, 18. Yeah, like, I had no idea. I don't think they even knew what he meant. But he runs into the storm just as Nora appears, and Nora's like, oh, blah, 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 I'm so much better than you. I think you can tell that I'm so annoyed by this episode by this point. Honestly, I thought about not even reviewing this episode, I'm gonna be honest. I thought about turning this TV off, but Nora, she's like, oh, are you hiding some from me? Because they start to talk telepathically, and she shoots lightning bolt at him, but it was another projection by Bashir. And then, Dion comes up behind Nora and gives her a projection. And yeah, I thought when this popped up, I thought this was a commercial. Like, they cut to commercial break at the worst time, but then I heard Nora, like, talking. I was like, did they mess up the audio with the commercial or whatever? And no, it's like Nora experiencing what would happen if the other forces died. And she's like crying, like, no, I'm alone. No. When you've been alone for like millions of years, bitch. And Nora wakes up and she's like, oh my god, that was awful. Please. Here's the part that had me bursting out into laughter, and I can't wait to see Eunice or Younityy on Instagram react to this tomorrow morning. I'll leave his Instagram below too. Nora says, forgive me. Like, what the? For real? But Barry only has 25 seconds left. So Nora's like, trust me, I got this. I have a plan. They walk up near the thing, which is definitely more than 25 seconds. And Bashir does that thing or they all activate their powers through like their eyes because they all have a hand in that tornado thing. You see, it has all the colors. Well, I guess Barry or the Speed Force or Nora's thing is in the vortex or in Barry. So we have everybody coming together to shoot their forces into Barry to make him faster. Like one big force after Barry, which I'm pretty sure they did in the comics. I think Wally West got all the forces in the comics. I have the comic. I should reread it. But Barry gets rid of the tornado thing, and he collapses right in front of them, and he sees that. Man, I wanted a big fight, man. This is what we got. I mean, the Speed Force fight was cool. It's not what all of us have been asking for, though. I really want a Godspeed fight later in the season, but he talks to Nora and sees that Nora's there, and they hug, and I really thought Nora was going to say, my beautiful boy, and I was going to turn off my TV and walk away. I'm going to be honest if she said that. But then we have this, like, team-up moment where it's like, yay, family, but no, Barry, this is not your family. But then we're back in the normal Speed Force in the normal timeline, and Barry, it's all hopeful there. Barry's like, oh, this feels different, and Nora's like, yeah, it's because we're all together, and the all the people will be residing there from now on, and yeah. Nora is going to split them all up into like 4 different quadrants of the Speed Force so that it can run more efficiently. And I hope Bashir's like, yeah, I've never really had a family before, so why don't I be here? And don't know, Alexa didn't deserve to be hit by lightning. I mean, Dion basically had nothing go for him, so what? But Alexa, if you look at it, she was just helping people. She didn't really. I guess with the Bashir too, but I don't know. I'm getting off topic. They say their goodbyes, Barry and Iris, and then we cut back to Star Labs where Cecile wakes up and she talks to Joe, and she's like, "Oh, Joe, how long have you been there?" And Joe's like, "Oh, since the minute you got here, I've been by your side," which is a lie, but he's been in Star Labs, so we'll let him pass. But then we have Cisco, Chester, Allegra, and Camilla at Jitters talking, and like Camilla and Cisco are all bantering. I'm surprised they hadn't revealed that they're leaving this episode, but then we have a sort of awkward moment between Alexa, Allegra, and I'm sorry, they have very similar names, Allegra and Chester, where they like lock eyes and are like, "Do I like you?" And I think they both realize that they both like each other. I'm down for it. I'm not like gonna be like, "No, horrible," but like, do whatever you want to do, man, whatever. But then the Cisco gets texted by the whoever. I think it was the robot dude, the like monotone dude from episode 5 at Argus. Argus, that was the word I was looking for. Sorry, I'm going off tangent. Because Caitlin's reading a book and she answers the door because there was doorbell ringing, and it is Frost. It is my girl Frost. Frida homie, she innocent. No, I'm just kidding. She is. She shouldn't have gone to jail, though. I hate what they did with that. You can hear my rant about episode 8 in the description. Wow, I'm gonna have such a hard time doing description day. But, Caitlin's like, or Frost is like, "Yeah, I have a crush now." Like, okay, sure, chill, Blaine. But then we have Barry and, Iris talking, and Barry's like, "Is this what it's gonna be like when our actual children go to college?" And he's like, "No, well, I'm just wondering." And Iris is like, well, in eventually, Barry, I can't get words out. I don't know how to phrase this. Iris is like, "Well, I'm tired of waiting. Why don't we start a family right now?" And Barry's like, "Oh yeah, I love your impulse." And Barry's like, "Oh, R.I.P. that." Yeah, he's gonna R.I.P. that. Yeah. If you got that, I don't know, like the video. I'm tired. I think you can tell. Yeah, that was my review for that episode. I'd say the only thing worth watching this episode was the part where Barry and Iris say they're gonna have children, and then you can end season 7, episode 2, or episode 3, and then go straight to the end of this episode, and I think the show will be a whole lot better, man. I think that's what I'm gonna do when I rewatch season 7. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna endure the terrible. I'm sorry, I hit my mic. That was weird. But this episode was terrible, man. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I hated it so much. I think you can tell. But anyway, that was my review. Go down in the description and follow all the socials if you'd be so kind. And goodbye. Stay safe and goodbye.